Good morning, Dan. It's Friday, August 15th. I figure since we're now 1 month into our project, it's time for some thank yous and some introductions. The first thank you / introduction needs to go out to Hank and John Green, the Vlog Brothers, who I know I made you watch some of their videos at the very beginning saying these are the guys that I kind of want to emulate. They've got a really wonderful idea. I love their work. I cannot get enough of it. Just the whole idea of a nerd fighter. And now that you nor I can deny the fact that we are both nerds. Our parents are nerds. We were raised as nerds. What I mean by this is not a negative sense, not a negative connotation. We like to read. We fancy education. Everything about being a nerd fighter is fantastic. You listen to everybody talk about it and it's about being made up of awesome. Nerdfighters also have a lot of fun, because they do strange stuff like put things on their heads. It's an opportunity to remind us that we're still young and we can still have fun, and that there's no reason we have to be grown up and adult and stupid all the time. What's great about doing this right now is I know that you cannot judge me for this. I guess that's my official coming out notice that I am a nerd fighter. Nerdfighters. For the win. Besides, who doesn't want to be made of awesome? I suppose my second thank you goes out to Sean of the Uncultured Project for reminding me that every single person has a way that they can make a difference in the world. He's doing absolutely fantastic things for people in Bangladesh right now with the money that he was going to use for like an Xbox 360. How unselfish is he? Another thank you introduction for, if you haven't heard of him before, is Elliot and Brittany at One Day to Be Awesome. Of course, the idea of Nerdfighters is that you can be awesome and do amazing things. You've got the Uncultured Project with Sean, and it's huge, and it makes this giant feeling of like decreasing world suck and everybody's got to love it. Something going on with Elliot and Brittany, though, is they give themselves only 1 day to be awesome. 1 day at a time. You gotta do something awesome, and you gotta remember that there's not always huge occasions that you're being awesome. Sometimes it's the little things. Like when you go shopping, the question arises, paper or plastic? And in fact, the answer should always be neither. I'm sorry, I brought my own bag. It's made out of cloth and I use it over and over again. You also have the double bonus. You can wear it on your head. And of course, the biggest thank you is going to go out to you for being my brother, for putting up with me for the last 26 years, and for going along with me on this very strange journey over this next year. Congratulations on making it for 1 whole month already. And now for some pretty big news on some stuff that I recorded actually yesterday, but I figured you would want to hear about it. Heard about it? Did I just say heard about it? Alright, so I figured I'd let you be the... Why do I always start with alright? I don't understand that. Let's try that again. I figured I would let you be the first to know, since you asked last, what show is up to next. It's going to be Antony and Cleopatra at Harlequin Productions, downtown Olympia at the State Theater. I'm going to be playing Octavius Caesar. I just got the phone call, and frankly, I worked my ass off for that audition. Like, I was pretty stressed out about it, and in fact, my stress levels just shot up at the same time that my adrenaline level went up, because I know how much work I'm going to have to put into this one. This isn't a show that I'm exceptionally familiar with, so I'm going to have to do more research. I'm going to have to do, I really love Shakespeare, and I'm a big Shakespeare nerd, but I'm going to have to scan line by line to figure out what the heck I'm talking about, make sure I'm making it clear to the audience. Lucky for me, I've got some resources apart just from the script. I do have some stuff that I like to use in my day-to-day research of Shakespeare stuff, including Isaac Asimov's Guide to Shakespeare. Octavius Caesar, young though he was one of the master politicians of history. He lost no time in frivolity of any kind. He was a cold, shrewd man who never made a serious mistake, and whose destiny it was to carry through to a conclusion the plans of his great uncle Julius Caesar. He was not, perhaps, as brilliant as the great Julius in war or literature, but he was even wiser in politics, for he carried through the necessary governmental reforms without ever making use of the hated word king, but making himself, in the end, far greater than a king. Shakespeare's Lexicon, Volumes 1 and 2. Really, it's every single word located and defined, particularly if a word is used strangely or in a way that you've never seen before. So anyway, that's sort of my big news for today, and I'm sure that I will actually have another video to go with this later, but this, I just had to do it right now because I was excited. Talk to you later.